Hello and welcome back to WASD. I'm Sleepless. I'm here with DanSpence94, who's going to be running Devil May Cry, any percent on normal. Feel free to introduce yourself here, and then when you're ready, give us a countdown.
Yeah,
and
no
we'll
problem.
Start the run.
Hi guys, like Sleeper says, I am DanSpence94. Welcome to Devil May Cry. I'll start off by saying the eternal meme that is with this game is that this game was going to be, I can't speak, don't know why. This game was going to be Resident Evil 4 back when it was getting developed, so you're going to see a lot of Resident Evil kind of references and kind of like backgrounds and all that kind of stuff, and you'll notice it's a lot different from, say, Devil May Cry 3, 4, 5 if you've ever played any of those. In terms of the run itself, it's not very strenuous. It's more so all about execution, it's all about movement, it's all about combat. I'll get into that a little bit more obviously once we're getting it to those parts of the run. But yeah, I'm just going to get straight into this. It's a fairly straightforward run. As soon as we hit new game, timer will start, and this is timed in RTA. So I'll give a countdown from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Devil May Cry. So if you're unfamiliar with the story of Devil May Cry, we're going to follow a man named Dante here. Dante is the son of the legendary Dark Knight Sparda, who was the right-hand man to the Demon King Mundus, but he betrayed him to side with the humans in a demon war not millennia ago. Dante is the half-human, half-demon son of Sparda. So what's going on here is that he's contacted by a woman named Trish, who basically tells him, oh yeah, I know what happened to your dead mother and your dead brother. I know who killed him. He's on this island. Would you like to come and get some revenge? So Dante says, yeah, okay, bet. So here we are on Malay Island, following the guidance of Trish, who we've literally known for 5 minutes. So the first part of it, we've just got the horse jump there. Now, you're going to get these red orb caches around these certain areas there. So the first one there gets us 100 orbs. Which just lets us open this red orb door for 45. We're going to be getting a few of them on the run. Now you'll notice that basically all of this run is going to be from going to point A to point B, very Resident Evil-ish. We're going to get key items along the way, but we're also going to have some platforming sections here and there. So we're going to get the rusty key here, which is going to open up a new area for us, and this marionette's definitely not going to attack. He's attacked us, so we're going to not bother with these enemies. We're going to jump straight to the right, jump straight down, do a helm breaker, which is my overhead slash there. Go straight through the hole where we came up from, and we're going to go back the way we came. So we're going to go over to this door over here to use the rusty key on. Like I say, very Resident Evil. You get keys, you open doors, you go to new areas, blah blah blah. We're going to get another red orb cache here, just to get some extra ones. So we've got about 108 there. So at the end of each mission, we're going to be graded on our performance due to how many orbs we get and how much damage we take and the style ranks when we're in a fight. So the first thing's here. This is our first mandatory fight, so I'm going to be doing something called slash cancelling here. So you'll see me attack twice, and then I'm spinning my left stick in a circle to cancel the animation, which allows me to basically slash again. We're going to take those outside there. We're going to come straight in here, take these two out from inside, and then jump straight out here. We're going to finish the rest off with our guns here. So I'm just holding R1 and mashing square. Sometimes that can happen. Don't know what it was with Capcom and basements. They really like the basements. If anyone's ever ran or played Resident Evil 3, you know what I'm talking about. But that was how basically the first fight completed there. So we're going to go straight back upstairs and get into our second one. Same kind of thing again. We're going to get a load of marionettes coming at us. So we're going to slash cancel the first three until they're all dead. Then this one, we're going to get the blue one. We're going to slash cancel twice, then do a combo. That knocks him back. That also manipulates these two over here, because otherwise that blue one that I just killed, we took a bit of damage there, but it's fine. The blue one I just killed there, he can start running about the arena a bit, and it can be a little bit of a pain to try and get him back where we want him to slash him. But because I took damage there, I needed to get over 150 orbs to get the S rank. So we got 170, so that's plenty. The first 5 missions of this game, we basically have to do damageless in order to get the S ranks and special bonuses that we need to get through our buy list. So on my screen, of course, you guys can't see this, but from missions 3 onwards, we start buying items and abilities. And it's rather extensive what we actually buy, and it's rather specific. It's all to do with movement and basically beating bosses like within seconds. So, new item we've just got there is Alistair. Alistair is a devil arm, which allows us to activate something called Devil Trigger. Now you'll see underneath my health bar shortly, I'm going to have 3 runes. Once those runes are filled, I need 3 minimum. I can activate Devil Trigger, and that basically increases my speed, increases my damage output, and lets me do some special abilities that we're going to buy later on. It's going to come into play a lot more from mission 3 onwards. So all these fights here, this one looks like a mandatory fight, but it really isn't. We're just going to jump straight over these and push this out the way. To get to the trapdoor, we're going to jump straight down this trapdoor here and grab our next key item, the Staff of Judgment. Now this can be a bit of a Monka moment, this area. We're going to come into a fight with a new type of enemy called the Sin Scissors. Now I'm going to do a technique, it's called Critical Hit Helm Break. When we double jump off an enemy, we can basically double jump off any enemy in this game. Our Helm Breaker gets a critical hit chance. So see there, I got blocked, so I jump off the enemy and I do a Helm Breaker. And unless they're blocking, it will... They're making a liar out of me today. Excuse me, please. Okay, I'll just kill that one normally. Like I said, this area can be rather tedious because the Sin Scissors are one of the only enemies in the game that can no-clip. They can go in walls, they can go all over the place. And if they go in the walls, then we can't attack them. So if we do a double jump off them, like you saw me try and do there, we get a critical hit bonus basically for our Helm Breaker. And that allows us to one-shot basically all of them. Now because I didn't take damage there, I got the S rank again, so we get the 800 orbs, which allows me to buy Stinger level 2. There's 4 ways of movement in this game. Sorry, 5. So there's normal running, like you've seen me do in missions 1 and 2. There's Devil Trigger running. There's Stinger 2. There is Vortex 2. So actually, I tell a lie. No, there is 5. I'm missing one out. Apologies. So, normal running, jump running, DT running, Stinger 2, and Vortex 2. Vortex 2 is something we're going to get a little bit later down around mission 16. But you can see there, Stinger 2 has a lot of range on it. It basically lets us clear massive gaps like this bridge relatively quickly. If we didn't have Stinger 2 here, it'd take probably about 10-15 seconds longer. So again, another mandatory fight. I'm going to Devil Trigger straight away there, just so I can get some extra damage and take 2 out at once. And then we're just going to Stinger the rest of these skulls down here. And we are actually going to come to our first boss fight in a minute. The first boss we fight here is Phantom, and Phantom gave a lot of first-time Devil May Cry players a lot of trouble. I know when I first started playing this game casually, Phantom basically kicked me up 7 ways to Sunday. But we've actually found there is a rather easy way to kill him by utilising the double jump crit that I was mentioning earlier. So we double jump off the back of him there, Devil Trigger, and then do a critical hit Helm Break. 2, 3, and 4, and he's done. So that critical hit plus our Devil Trigger bonus that we get for our damage there basically makes mincemeat out of Phantom as a first boss. We get all the orbs there, and because I didn't take damage as well in this mission, we're going to get something called a special bonus there. So a special bonus gives us 2,000 more red orbs than we would do normally. Mission 4, we're going to buy a couple of things here. So I'm going to buy 3 holy waters and an ability called Air Raid. They're going to come into play in the next couple of missions, not necessarily this one per se, but you'll see what I'll talk about when I get there. So here's Phantom again, he's really not happy, so we're just going to peace out and leave him to be in that corridor there. And because we got the key item in the last mission, we can activate this. We're going to get into another fight with Shadow. Ooh. So Shadow is an interesting enemy. You have to damage it with our guns first, and then it will expose the core like you saw, and then we can attack it with our swords. Once we attack it that much that he starts glowing red, that basically means that he's going to die in the next phase. So we just run away from him and let him blow up like that. That was really good RNG there. It can be quite random how long it takes for him to blow up. So if we're up next to the door like you saw, if he's still like running around trying to blow himself up, he has a grab animation where he'll bite us and basically throw us around a little bit. So what we do there is basically just let him grab us, because at the end of that animation he does blow himself up. At the end of that, we'll take a bit of damage, but because we're using an item on this mission, we're not going to get an S rank anyway, so it doesn't really matter if we take damage on this. So welcome to boss number 2, Nello. So we do 4 slash cancels, hit the holy water, and bye bye Nello. That's boss number 2 finished, and we're on to mission 5. Now mission 5 is one that I desperately need to get no damage, and we're going to fight another shadow again. Now hopefully this goes well. Okay, so you see there, he's gone red. He's going to start chasing me now. So we want to run away. Oh dear, no. Oh, I tried to bait it out of the way. That's going to cost. That's going to cost me. Now, unfortunately, I took damage there, so that means we're not going to get a special bonus on this mission. Which means we're not going to get something called air hike a bit later on in the run. It's not a massive deal. Air hike only really works for 1 or 2 tricks. So I'm not going to force myself to try and get what I can't get now. So we're just going to use the extra orbs that I got from the first special bonus to buy some stuff a little bit earlier than I would do normally. Really, we wanted to be, you know, we wanted to get through this damageless. So we get that special bonus, the extra 2,000 orbs there. And that way we can buy air height when we need it later down the line. Air height basically is our double jump mechanic, so we can jump off walls, we can jump off enemies, but we can't just double jump in midair. So air hike is a ability we can buy for that. It costs 4,000 orbs, which is where we use 2,000 orbs from each of the special bonuses for. It lets us do a trick called quick gauntlets, or early gauntlets if you're familiar with the term. But unfortunately that's just not going to happen this time around. But it's not a massive deal. We have backup strats for that area instead. So I should have had Devil Trigger there, but unfortunately I was just literally a tad off. So I just fired some shots there at that bug. But again, very Resident Evil-esque. We're getting key items, we're getting keys, we're going to go from one area to the other. We're basically just wandering around the castle at this point, looking to find any clues to where Mundus might be hiding, so we can get some revenge on him for killing the majority of our family back in wherever it's meant to be. A new enemy there, the Hellblades, as I like to call them. We use the holy water, takes it out straight away. We grab the key item, and that's the end of that mission. Now we're on mission 7. Now you'll see in the top left that my health is going to slowly decrease in this mission. That's because of the key item we've just literally picked up. So we want to get through this mission as quickly as possible for a different reason than just being fast. So Phantom's going to come back, he's going to try and get into a scrap with us again. We're going to say no thanks once more. We're going to use our Stinger move here just to clear all this ground. And we're going to get into a fight with some more Synthesis. But instead of the double jump mechanic that I was trying to do before, we're just going to use Air Raid, which we bought earlier. Each one of them will take 2 lightning bolts and they'll go down. Really easy fight there. The Air Raid does come in handy for a couple of the more trickier enemies like that. And we come through. We're going to get these types of switches on the wall here. Now, an interesting thing about Devil May Cry 1, and I'm hoping I'll be able to do the trick for us later on in the run, is that Dante will automatically lock on to any enemy that's near him. So if there's a switch that we're trying to hit and there's an enemy right next to it, it will automatically try and target the enemy instead of the switch. It can be a bit of a pain sometimes, but it's going to come in. We're going to manipulate it somewhat when we get to mission 21, sorry. So we're coming up to mission 8. Now here's our last fight with Phantom. I'm going to buy a purple orb there. That refills my Devil Trigger up to full. It also gives me an extra rune of it. So we have 4 runes of Devil Trigger. Now if I had air height, this would be a little bit of an easier fight. But because I don't, we're going to do it a little bit differently. We're going to come run over to this wall. Jump off the wall, do the double jump again. Devil Trigger. And basically it's the same strat as what we did in the previous fight. We're going to double jump off the back of Phantom and try and get those critical hits off. Now, like I say, air height makes this a lot easier, but we can still get it done with this. I can't seem to hit his weak spot for some reason. And he wants to just run away from it. He knows we're about to smoke. There we go. We got him in the end. He knew we was going to smoke him. So that's what happens. He runs away. So Phantom goes bye-bye now. Now this game literally runs in the rule of 3. Each boss will fight probably 3 times. Some fights are mandatory, others aren't. Now that we've beaten Phantom for technically the 3rd time, because he can follow us around, he won't be bothering us again from now on. We're going to get the Trident and the best gun in the game, the grenade gun. We're never going to touch any other gun again, apart from 1 split second right at the end. Now we have Devil Trigger with 4 runes in, we can basically use a reserve amount of energy. So we need 3 to activate it, but that last one we can basically use whenever we want. So I just used a little bit there to get past and go down the stairs really quickly.
Yeah, and it's actually important that Dan let the cutscene or the door transition there deactivate the Devil Trigger, because if he had deactivated it manually, it would have wasted an extra Devil Trigger rune, so he wouldn't actually have Devil Trigger to run down the stairs here.
Is that DE Cosmic I hear on the mic?
Hey man, I got here as fast as I could. I had to chip some ice off my car, but we got it done.
Hey, it's all good, my guy. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to DE Cosmic, a fantastic friend, a great Devil May Cry runner. He basically is one of the reasons why I started running this game. He's very, very kind enough to give me some commentary whenever I do a marathon run, so I'm going to let him take the wheel on a lot of stuff. As you can imagine, it's literally to the wall from start to finish this run. So I'll let Cosmic take it away.
Okay. Is there just a different feed that I can use, or should I just watch off the stream here? Either is fine.
Oh yeah, I didn't set that up, I'm afraid. Sorry about that, bud.
All good, dude. Yeah, I'll just go with it. So, we didn't have air hike here, so Dan's just gonna go for the. So it's called early gauntlets, but you don't actually get these gauntlets earlier than you need them. You can also just skip this boss here. We're just gonna punch the door with fire. I don't know. This is a oversight here. Oh, okay. Here, cool. Here's a feed. Excellent. Excellent. Appreciate it. Let me actually open this up. We can see what we have to add here.
Alright, so while GE Cosmic's getting himself set up there, we come to a mandatory fight here. We're going to be blocked in with a load of marionettes and a new enemy called the Fetish. So this is where the grenade gun comes in mighty handy. You can see the damage output already. Most of the basic marionettes will go down with 1 or 2 grenade hits. The Fetishes are going to take a little bit more damage. They're quite tanky, especially at this early stage in the game. So we're just going to utilise a bit of Devil Trigger here just to power up our shots, and that's basically just finished that area there entirely.
And fun fact, the Fetishes are the only enemy in the game that share a room with a different enemy type, because they're technically derivatives of the marionettes. Every other room in the game has the same enemy type in it. There's no mixed waves in this game at all. What's really cool about that is that this is actually apparently due to memory issues that the PS2 had with this game. What's cool though is that we can kind of get these universal sort of solutions to a lot of rooms rather than having to plan for multiple enemy types. So a little bit of a limitation there that the game has, but it ends up working out in our favor. So
I forgot about that fact that the Fetishes are the only ones that appear in a room with other enemies. Until you said that, then. Yeah. Now I can't unsee that again.
Right? Yeah. I didn't notice it either until somebody pointed it out to me, and I was like, no, there's no way, just no way. And then I thought about it, and I was like, no, we do the same stuff to every enemy in every room because there's no mixed waves. It's crazy. So this light here, I should probably explain this while this level is going on. This light here will go inside some enemies, and in order to get it to, because Dan's going to manipulate it here to go down the left path always, so we have to kill the enemies as quickly as possible so that the light can be dispersed from the current active wave of enemies. Because if you try and kill the enemies too slow and more like waves spawn in, it just won't end up going where you want it to. So we always kill this first wave as quickly as possible in each room, so they'll always go down the left path there. We're also going to just holy water these spiders that are coming up. And the spiders here, we actually used to Helmbreaker a couple of them. They're basically like tiny phantoms, or like earth versions of phantoms. But yeah, they're going down without a hitch. You also saw Dan grab that holy water there. That's actually a backup holy water. Because he got hit on this level, he's not going to get the A rank. Instead, he's going to get a B rank. And so instead of saying, oh, well, I didn't get the rank, runs over, if you think of the ranks in this game as like the most cost-effective item in this game is the holy water, which is 700 orbs. So if you think, okay, well, I lost however many orbs from this rank that I lost. If you just grab like a cost-effective item, you've made up for it. So Dan totally made up for not getting the A rank there by just grabbing the holy water. So his orb route is completely back on track. There's a lot of little things you can do in this game like that, where if you feel like, okay, maybe I'm a little off course on this no reset run for the orb route, you can just pick up 1 or 2 items and you're pretty much back in business. That room always makes me hold my breath, dude. With the death scythe. Especially when you go right to the door there. Oh yeah, also Nello Angelo here, again, second appearance. This time, ladies and gentlemen, instead of 1 holy water, we're going to give him 2. And then instead of 8 slashes, we're going to give him 3 slashes. So, or no, actually, I know it's 2 because you used Devil Trigger there. Okay, yeah. Nice. You can actually wall hike up the side of that gazebo, by the way.
Oh, right. I had no idea.
It's a low percent strat.
About this run myself.
Yeah, it's there's a lot to this game, dude. Like, I remember there's some stuff that Slickford showed me recently where I was like, oh, interesting. But yeah, there's so much to this game. It's so good.
Dude, Slickford's runs are untouchable right now, man. Jesus.
He's held off Maxi for a week, yeah. So it's pretty good. So coming into mission 12 here, this is the second battle with Griffin. Yeah, so I didn't even get a chance to explain who that boss was. It's a giant bird named Griffin. Extremely obvious, I know. Like, they were definitely on the ball when they decided to name that boss Griffin Bird. So we skipped the first fight because it's just not mandatory at all. I don't know if it's developer oversight where they just they probably didn't think people were going to just run straight to the door, which I can't really blame them there. But every fight after that with all the other bosses, you can't do that. So yeah. So here we are. Dan's going to pick up the needle gun, which we're going to use underwater, which is everybody's favorite section of this game. And he's going to grab a free Devil Star as well. I wouldn't use that untouchable.
Not right now yet.
I'm going to use the holy water here. Just going to take out the death scythe there. Grab those extra orbs there, and then we're going to kill this boss with a couple of holy waters. There actually used to be another strat for this boss where we'd use the meteor ability. However, we figured out how to get an S rank on this mission despite using 3 holy waters on it. Interestingly enough, that death scythe there that Dan killed, you can actually get it's technically a glitch, I think. I don't really know how it works, but you can get a double hit holy water on it, which will kill it instantly, but it also counts as a 4th holy water, so you have to grab like as many orbs as possible in order to still get the S rank. But yeah, there's the A rank there. Must not have grabbed enough orbs from the rest of the level, so not really a big deal. Plenty of things that he can still do to pick it up. And this underwater level here, when I first played through this game, this level's kind of weird, but a lot of things in this game you can control with proper movement. So you see Dan always running, like he's going to always swim around to the left here so that the enemies will always react like this. I should note that like in this game, the less erratic that your movements are when you're running, the more consistently enemies will respond, and the more consistently you'll be able to practice strats, because enemy behavior in this game is really scripted, and it's to our benefit, like the sort of like limited enemy waves that are in the game. So there you go, 1500 orbs, easy. So it's very easy to just get, when you get better at movement in this game, and you just like don't panic as much, and you just force yourself to just not hit as many buttons, or maybe not like panic jump everywhere. Like the consistency of this run and the consistency of your movement just skyrockets, man. It's great. We're speaking of movement, by the way, we're going to actually get the fastest movement technique in the game, which is called Vortex Level 2. It's a hefty purchase. I think it's like 3,450 orbs or something to pick up both levels.
Yeah, there's been multitudes of times I've got to this mission and I've been like 10 orbs short or something daft like that.
Ooh. That's you just hate to see it, dude. So Vortex Level 2 here, it's going to allow Dante to just rocket forward, sort of like M. Bison's Psycho Crusher for those that are familiar with Street Fighter. Dictator, I guess, if you're on the international release. And the important thing about it is that it has invincibility frames, so Dante cannot be hurt while he's in those frames of the Vortex, and you can hold down the Vortex Level 2, whereas you cannot hold down the melee button to fly infinitely with Vortex Level 1, which is why we buy Vortex Level 2. Allows us to just coast entirely through that spike mission there. It is, like I said, also the fastest movement technique in the game. You can also, this is something that probably not a lot of people know about DMC1 and DMC2, is that you can actually deactivate the game's automatic lock-on by holding down R2. And that's how Dan is going to be using Vortex later in the run to kind of get around some hallways where there are going to be enemies there, is he's going to hold down R2 along with the melee button. Here we're going to be picking up, you buying 2 or 1? I couldn't actually tell.
I just got max.
Just got max? Okay, cool. So we're just going to max out the holy waters here. I usually only buy a couple, but it's cool. Are you skipping the holy water room here or no?
Yeah, I don't need it now because I got full.
Okay, so cool.
That's more backup, usually.
All right. Sounds good. So he's gonna grab this. I forget, it's like the luminescence or whatever. Luminite. Yeah, there we go. Luminite. So the Luminite is just a light, and the game will not let you progress further in this mission unless you have the Luminite on you. He's gonna use the Untouchable here. Gives him full invincibility frames as well as infinite Devil Trigger. So he's gonna be able to just completely vortex through this room unscathed, not worried about these spikes, and if he does this correctly, he's going to be able to hit the doorway in time to... Oh, that's unfortunate. So if he had hit the doorway there and let the door transition deactivate Devil Trigger, he would have come into this next room with full Devil Trigger. But nothing doing. He's just going to take out the fetishes there and then just move on down to the final fight against Griffin. And Griffin here is a little bit weird. He's forced through about 3 phases, I believe, 3 or 4 phases.
Yeah.
The game hard caps his health at every phase, so the reason that we actually have to use this many holy waters is due to how the game hard caps his health. So Dan's going to use 1 holy water here, and that's going to send Griffin through the first phase into the second. And you're going to notice Griffin kind of flying upward, maybe if he's on Dan's screen, but if not, it's whatever. So he's going to be firing these grenades at him. You see there's the one right there. Okay, so he's going to send him into the 3rd phase. And there was a grenade there that just passed right through him. It's because during these animations of flight, Griffin has a total invincibility frames. So Dan's just going to be using these grenades to take him down, send him into the final phase here. Couple of holy waters, and he's down. And we also see Trish for like the 3 of the 5 seconds that's in the run. You know? What's up, Trish? How you doing, girl?
She's just like, F this, I'm out.
she's like, oh, bird down. See ya.
Get on. Can I get the elevator, please, Dante? Come on, mate. You're making me look bad in front of my friends. You know what Griffin's favorite golf term is? Oh no.
A birdie. So, on the next mission here, you already have. Yeah, that's right. You already have maxed out holy waters. So, normally, if Dan didn't have any holy waters on him at this point, he'd be picking up another one here, and that 1 holy water is going to be used to fight a boss called Nightmare. So, at this point in the game, this is kind of why I say this game's sort of a Metroidvania almost. It's just that it's kind of structured in missions to let the player know where to go a little bit easier, because you start out in the castle. And then you go out to this sort of like courtyard area, the grounds or whatever you want to call it. And then you eventually come back to the castle itself. And this is where, the castle's now like all dark and hellish and stuff. And is spooky, blah blah blah. This game used to be Resident Evil 4, by the way, blah blah. And yeah, so if there's time for this is pretty good time for donations, I think, before we get into the boss
I don't
fight.
think we've had anything come through.
All right,
It's
that's
a good
fine.
time to remind people to donate to Special Effect. I will put the link in chat. So yeah, make sure you donate. It all goes to a good cause.
Great cause. I had the opportunity of meeting some of the Special Effect guys a couple of years ago at Insomnia Festival. Just an amazing cause.
Awesome. So, the next boss coming up here is called Nightmare. If you played Devil May Cry 5 recently, this Nightmare looks a little bit different from the Nightmare in that game. That Nightmare is more of a golem. This is a big blob monster-looking thing. So it starts out as a little puddle on the ground, and you have to activate lights around the arena in order for it to reveal its true form. Nightmare has 2 cores on its body, one in the back and one that's sort of on its back, like on the top of its back, whereas the other's kind of at its backside. I guess it would just say, yeah, I could just say it on top, that's fine. So Dan's going to be doing 5 charged strikes from Ifrit here, and then he's going to be doing a 6th uncharged strike into a holy water.
Apparently we do 7 there now.
That's fine, yeah, that's good. So, I mean, that might mess you up later, but it's fine.
Yeah.
So Nightmare is a pretty interesting boss, and I think that this boss is probably why this game doesn't have a level select, because Nightmare's cores actually carry over the damage that they take between boss fights. So the reason that we do Ifrit there is not only can we one cycle Nightmare like that, it does the most amount of damage with the least amount of hits. So the more hits that you do to Nightmare, the greater its damage resistance is. So in order for the cycles to work across all 3 boss fights, we have to do as little hits as possible, but as much damage as possible. It's very, very cool, like, dynamic to the run. Not only, of course, I mean, we'd be killing it anyway with the one hits, you know, but definitely rewards you for playing well, because if you get both of those one cycles on the first and second fights of Nightmare, coming into the third one, you're sitting pretty. These are the Frosts, by the way. We're not going to bother with them. They're a pain in the tuchus, so just a couple of holy waters. For some reason, water damages the Frost demons. I mean, I guess because it's holy water, but still, like...
Logic.
Yeah, video game logic. It's cool. We're actually heading into the final fight against Nello Angelo here, who, spoilers, is Dante's brother Virgil, who has been captured and tortured and brainwashed by Mundus the Demon King. Dante is not having a good time during this game. Despite his rather perky demeanor throughout it, it's not a good time, and it's going to get even worse for him here down the line.
Yep.
The game calls this a dragon, by the way. It's a dino. You just gotta reflect 3 fireballs back at it. It's a T-Rex. And then, do you have air hike?
I do not have air hike. No.
Okay, cool.
Demon Kitty in level 5 was not playing nice.
Oh, fun stuff.
I tried. It was glowing red. I tried to jump out of the way to avoid the grab, and it did the whole 180 gotcha on me.
Oh, of course it did, dude. Of course it did. The marathon luck. Are you gonna do the wall hike?
Yeah.
Yo, man's like Dan. That's what I'm talking about. So,
You might have missed
as
it
you can
before we
see,
actually got the early gauntlet wall hike as well, with the jumping off the platform, the low percent jump as we call it.
yeah, I thought you were just trying to style, to be honest. And then I thought maybe I missed a buy and you picked up air hike later on just to like make up for it. But yeah, so we actually have backups in all of this game in case we can't get the double jump in the orb route. So that was like a non-air hike version or a non-double jump version of that strat. Normally you would just kind of like jump up the front of there and just grab the Quicksilver, which lets you unlock this door. And 3 holy waters and Nello Angelo is going down.
Bye, mate.
What's interesting to note, by the way, or rather I should say, it bears mentioning, is that like while this run might seem easy in that you just kind of holy water all the bosses, consistently getting this kind of orb route takes a lot of work. You know, you've really got to put in some hours to do this kind of thing like consistently in this game, and constantly pull out, you know, even like 50-minute RTAs. There's just a lot of work that goes into, like, especially polishing your early game, learning how to salvage runs. It comes down a lot to just not only are you good at the speedrun, but do you know the game? Like, do you know all the backups? Do you know how the enemy AI works? That sort of thing. I would say I'd be hard pressed to find a runner on this board, especially in the top 10, that doesn't have some sort of like backups built in for doing no reset runs. You know, consistency is like a really, really big thing in this game. That was also a manipulation there that Dan just did, where he sort of pointed his camera at the left coming into the room, which would force the Sin Scissor there to fly right in front of him, or I guess swim right in front of him because we're underwater. So we thought that the movement on that scissor was random, and then someone told us that, one of the other runners told us that if you point your camera coming into the room to the left, you will be always looking at the Sin Scissor, and then they will fly to the, or swim to the right. I keep saying fly. They will swim to the right of you, and then be right in front of you to just totally pummel them with the needle gun. We're also going to get an egg in this trying time, and we're going to use it to make an elixir. So this is the second nightmare fight. And so while the elixir is being made, we're going to have to fight Nightmare. Oh, you're going to get swallowed. Oh my gosh, you didn't get swallowed. That was risky. I respect it, but man, that was risky. So we're going to do another one cycle here with the Ifrit Strikes. And down goes Nightmare for a second time.
Another thing that's worth mentioning is you'll see me a couple of times or Dante kind of have like a little bit of a Super Saiyan moment here and there. If you, not a lot of people that I know that I spoke to about this know this, but if you, I've not gone for 5, that's fine. If you click R1 whilst equipping either Alistair or Ifrit, you will quick swap between weapons. A lot of people believe that wasn't a feature until Devil May Cry 3. But it was actually in this one. It doesn't tell you.
Oh yeah, the hot swapping and stuff, and it can only go between Alastor and Ifrit. Like, it won't let you switch to Force Edge or Sparta. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, by the way, that sword that we got, and then Dan switched right back to the lightning sword, Alastor. That's the sword of the legendary Dark Knight Sparta, our father. It was used to seal the Demon King, and it's totally useless in the run. So
yeah, redundant.
It does good damage, like it does like Devil Trigger level damage for nothing, but you don't have any Devil Trigger in it. And we need the utility from Devil Trigger, along with, like, because it locks us out of Vortex, it locks us out of faster run speed, that sort of thing. So it's just not good. We just don't want to use it. So we just switch back to the good old I was going to say Frostmourne, but that's ice. Duh. These nobodies here, they just go down. They're a really tanky enemy, actually.
Oh, yeah.
In early concepts of this game, they were going to be, I think, like sort of an evolution of the Licker, and then they turned into what you're seeing there. In some of the early concept art, I think they bear a very big resemblance to Lickers.
They have a mechanic where they can put a mask on their face and basically transform into like a bigger version of themselves, which are even more tanky. And if we attack them with our swords or guns, they can drop eggs that explode when we get near them. So they're a bit of a pain.
I forget in this game if you could actually knock the mask off or not.
You can, but it's just random how much damage it takes.
Okay, fair enough.
Because my living cave on my PB died because of that.
Oh, fun stuff. Fun stuff. You might have to play Moon just pretty safe here, to be honest. So this is the third fight against Nightmare, and this is going to work a little bit differently than the other two fights that we did. So because you're forced into a second phase here, So Dan is. Oh, that was. Oh my goodness.
That was Monka.
Yeah, that was a little bit Monka. So let's see here. We're gonna land this. Oh, unfortunate. So optimally, what Dan would be doing here is doing 4 hits of Ifrit into a holy water. Are you gonna still get it?
I got it. Yeah, barely.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, good stuff.
Oh, he's on the ceiling.
So at this point, Trish actually portrays you. You can't really tell in this right now because, I mean, there's the lightning. That's Trish. You're supposed to just kind of imply that she's shooting stuff at you from the other side of that barrier because she, spoilers, all along has been a pawn of Mundus created to look like your mother because that's not creepy at all. And so now she's betrayed you and stuff, and now you're like, oh no, well now I'm gonna go and take down Mundus. Because now you've defeated Nightmare. So he's gonna use the grenade gun here to take out the lock on the other. This game moves so fast sometimes.
I know, it really is. It's a lot faster than you realize, isn't it?
So the living cave here, there's gonna be some ramen on the walls here. I just call them the wall ramen or the wall noodles. Or, I mean, you could just, whatever noodle choice you have. It could be the wall pho, you know, it could be the wall spaghetti. Whatever your noodle choice is, it can be that. So that'll do a lot of damage to you. So we'd use the vortex there to just kind of get through the tunnels pretty quickly, and then we loop the nobodies with grenade gun into Stinger. Not only does this do a lot of damage, but it also helps us build a lot of Devil Trigger. That's kind of why you saw Dan start off with the lightning there, just to expend the last little Devil Trigger there, and also just kind of take down the nobody's health a little bit before he decides to pop out of Devil Trigger, and then go ahead and do the grenade gun into Stinger. This, if you're kind of lacking on orbs, if you really don't care about saving a few frames, you can also pick up the orbs here that the nobodies drops, like see Dan doing there. Normally, like if your orb route was pretty much secured, he would just be kind of bolting for the door and not caring about the extra orbs. However, in the situation that he's kind of in, wants to play a little bit safer, is just going to go ahead and grab those extra orbs. You going for Cosmo Climb?
I think we're going to have to, aren't we? Cosmo Climb.
Yeah, go for it.
Cosmo Climb.
That's fair. So Cosmo Climb is a trick that's named after me, where we manipulate how Vortex targets enemies, and Vortex will always move you relative to how an enemy is above you or positioned to you. So if it's above you, it will move you straight up, and then you can go right to the top of this room here, and that skips like all of the... Oh, okay.
That was close.
That was very close, but I'll take it. So you stand right underneath an enemy there, Vortex will send you straight up. And if, with like some really, really good positioning, you can go straight to the top of the room and like even just straight to that door. So Dan got like, obviously not an optimal version, but still a pretty good version. Got to the height that he needed to and was able to skip a lot of the platforming in that room. And now we're going to head right into Mundus, the big bad. So, man, you're going to have to play it pretty safe here. Oh, you're just going for it, ham hocks.
I think I should have enough. Yeah, five. I've got 5 devil stars and a full.
All right,
full
yeah,
batch.
that's fair. Oh, okay, yeah. Good, yeah, you're good. Yeah, you're good. So, for some reason, in this action game, there's a space harrier section on the first phase of the final boss. Bold, I'll say that. Bold decision.
I wonder what Camille
definitely
was like thinking when he made this.
I mean, that's Camilla, dude. That's Camilla for you.
True,
so,
true.
I applaud the decision to want to break up the core gameplay loop. You know, throw the player a little bit of a curveball, test their skills across multiple genres. But yeah, we're not interested in that. So we're gonna send Puff the Magic Dragon. Yes, that's the canonical name of that dragon, is Puff the Magic Dragon, to do our bidding and take down the first phase of Mundus. Then we're gonna hop in the lava here, this giant orange and black and yellow Kool-Aid, and just start swinging away at Mundus. And Dan's gonna be keeping an eye on his health as well as his Devil Trigger here, using the Devil Star. Go ahead there. You might have to heal here. Oh no. Uh-oh. Oh, wow, that was interesting. Well, you still have a Devil Star left over, right? You should be okay.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna start like right here. Yeah, you have 2 left over. So
Can I get a that's never happened before in chat, please?
that's never happened before. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Okay, so we're gonna hop back in the drink here, and then Dan's gonna just be doing 2 slashes into a high time. Good old fun stuff here. And then he's gonna be hopefully healing.
Should have gone.
Yeah, okay, so you decided to play super risky. Fair enough. Fair enough. And so Dan just skipped the highest budget cutscene in the game, where you get to see Dante's quivering lip as he laments Trish dying. Yeah, the quivering lip, dude. So this is the typical Capcom escape sequence. Dante, for some reason, has decided to leave his father's sword with Trish and just kind of leave the island at this point. For some reason, also, Trish has the amulet on her, even though the amulet has been absorbed into the sword at the same time. Continuity. So Dan's going to be taking out these 2 nobodies with 2 grenade shots, 1 each into a holy water. The island, by the way, the castle, everything is just collapsing at this point. At this point, you've got pretty much everything that you need. You just kind of got to get out of there. And we're just going to be vortexing on through.
I really
and
like
heading out of the underworld. Oh yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's very. I mean, obviously it's the meme, right? But it's very RE-esque.
Oh yeah.
Especially because of it being like a Capcom escape sequence. They give you way too much time on the timer as well. Because at this point the game's over. So. And he's going to be using a holy water on these lizards. Also picked up a little bit of extra devil trigger from that marionette there. And this is actually going to be the final fight with Mundus.
No rule of 3 with Mundus. Well, technically, yeah.
3 phases, I guess.
Yeah,
you know,
kind of works.
However, what Dante did not count on was Mundus doing the fusion dance with a can of SpaghettiOs, and just having all of that pasta sauce erupt from every pore of his body to make him the not so ultimate life form. But still rather spooky.
HD collection. Those JPEGs be looking mighty fine right now.
So, yeah, jackpot. Now he takes down Mundus, and now they get to escape through this biplane that happened to fall through the floor or through the ceiling. And that's pretty much Devil May Cry in 8%.
Yeah.
Dan, I think that time's gonna be coming up soon.
Yeah,
so
so time will be after I skip the last cutscene after this little section here. Am I really gonna get a perfect biplane? No, I'm not. Never mind. Oh, I spoke too soon. Okay, so time's coming up shortly. I'll let you know. And time. That is Devil May Cry 1, ladies and gentlemen.
Devil May Cry.
Oh yeah, and Dante renames his shop for all the 5 minutes.
Yeah, all 5 minutes until the anime.
We'll be right there.
I mean, Devil Never Cry just doesn't roll off the tongue as much as Devil May Cry does.
True.
So we're gonna get like a total like reward, not ranking screen there. So a 41-42 IGT. Just out of curiosity, what was RTA on that, guys?
It used to be 46 minutes 19 seconds.
Well,
Decent.
Nice.
So I think I'm right in saying this, Cosmic, that our top 10 right now are all sub 45, aren't we?
That's correct, yeah. We're all sub 45 RTA. This game, by the way, for anybody that wants to learn this game, if you don't mind me plugging, Dan, I do have a tutorial on my YouTube. It will give you everything that you need to start. My YouTube is DE Cosmic Runs. It will give you everything that you need to start running this game. There's also an advanced guide by Slickford. This game is really, really fun. There's a lot of competition that's come up in the last couple of years. I'm really proud of Dan for all the progress that he's made running this game. I really want you to run this game more, dude. I think this is your best speed game. Yeah, like the amount of improvement that you made in such a little bit of time, dude. You've done absolutely phenomenal. So, and you've been crushing at these marathons, dude. So, GGs to you.
Oh, thank you, Cosmic. And like you said, yeah, like I wouldn't be running this game if it wasn't for Cosmic's tutorial. Jesus, you know what? We're having that. We're trademarking that. Go watch Cosmic's tutorial. Yeah, but Cosmic's tutorial and Slipford's advanced guide, once you're hitting around the 50 mark, they're just like, there's a lot of stuff that you don't know about this game that is explained, and like how I explained earlier about the critical hit system. If you jump off an enemy, you get the critical hit on a helm break, or like stuff like that you just don't think about. The game just doesn't tell you, and I'm going to transition in a little bit there, and that's why Devil May Cry 2 runs, hear me out before you get your pitchforks out, like, are so well, like, thought out, because the game doesn't give you anything to go off, and you have to figure everything out yourself, and once you do, my god, it is amazing. Like, and you just see all the stuff in DMC 2 that you see in DMC 5, and vice versa. They take stuff from like 1, 2, 3, 4 to put in 5, and you just see it's amazing, absolutely amazing. But yeah, before you get your pitchforks out, DMC2 is a great game and a great run. Just putting it out there.
I don't know about a great game, but it's a great run.
I liked it. Here's your crown. But yeah, that was Devil May Cry 1. I hope everyone enjoyed it, and I hope myself and Cosmic, we try and have a lot of fun when it comes to these runs, like, because it's pretty much like non-stop start to finish of explanations of what we're doing, why we're moving in such a way, like why we're pressing certain buttons. Like, we always try and have a bit of fun with it, you know, egg. So I hope it was enjoyable for everyone, and you know, we continue raising money for a great cause like SpecialEffect. And if you're interested in seeing more of this stuff, you can always follow me at DanSpence94. I don't always die on the final boss, but when I do, it's special. But yeah, DanSpence94, I run a variety of all sorts. And I'm back tomorrow morning, actually, with another run, but I'm not saying what. You have to check the schedule for that.
Well, I was actually going to plug the bid war for it.
Oh god, yes. Oh no, I forgot about
Metal
this.
Gear Solid. Save Otacon or save Meryl. Save Meryl is currently winning £50 to £10.21.
Oh wow.
So if you want to change that,
Please-
you better get donating.
Please change
Leave
that.
that poor lady alone.
I have not
Leave that poor woman alone.
I haven't saved Meryl in like 10 years, dude.
Heartless.
Otacon's just faster. He's best boy, isn't it?
I mean, I guess.
Madness.
Anyway, thank you very much for running, and we will see you again tomorrow. We're going to a break now, and after that we will be going to our next run, Java running Vision Soft Reset, which will take slightly longer than 6 minutes. We hope to see you all then.